again. It's a rich thing.
Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing fine and well, having a great day. Welcome if you are new. So I've got a few Madam Glam products I'm gonna show you first before we get into any nails today. I've had quite a few boxes turn up this past few weeks. I've just not had chance to go through them, so I thought I'll go through them with you guys. So this first lot are actually rubber base coats. So this is like a wedding bridal vibes kind of set. I will leave links to everything I show you today down in the description box, and don't forget guys, I've got a 35% off code for Madam Glam that will be down there as well. That's holographic, but as usual I was struggling for the camera to pick it up, so showing you in the lid there you can see it a hell of a lot better. Super sparkly. All of these are quite sparkly actually. This one was nice. It's like a milky kind of white with a silver shimmer going through it. It's not iridescent or hollow, it's just a beautiful ultra fine silver shimmer. I think that was my favourite actually, and these last two I thought I'd show you together because they are the same. One's a milky white, one's like a milky pale pink, and they've got a shimmer going through them as well, but it's a bit chunkier and it's got a little hollow through those. So that's all 5 of them there, all super sparkly, and they're all rubber base coats. Now this next one was actually for Independence Day, but I thought I'd show you anyway because there's just some beautiful colours in amongst this little set. So this is a no wipe top coat, and it's got blue and red kind of foil in there, and it's got some little white flaky bits as well. It's beautiful. And then we've got a bright kind of standard red, super opaque. It's one of the best reds I've ever tried actually. And then bright blue. This is beautiful. So I don't think this was an actual set. I think these were originally single colours that they put together, I think. Not sure, but they are available individually anyway. So we've got a white in there as well, and a beautiful, this is absolutely jam packed full of shimmer. Just one coat of this is completely full coverage. Beautiful rainbow colours going through it as well. So they're all just one coat. The white and the red are absolutely fantastic. Whites and reds are notoriously a pain in the arse, but these are so opaque. Just one thin coat, complete full coverage. I was obsessed with that red. I really needed reds as well from Madam Glam. I'm really short on just perfect kind of reds. So that was those. And next, this is the A+ collection from last month. So we've got 4 kind of metallic holographic shimmery colours in that collection, and 4 creamy colours. So I'm just going to quickly show you the names of all these colours. I've swatched them off camera because I didn't want the video to be too long. I'm not too bothered about long videos these days, but there was a lot to swatch, so I thought I won't do any swatching on camera today. I'll do them all off camera. So that's all those colours. I did notice as well the holographic ones kind of match up with the creamy ones, as in we've got a red, a kind of bluey purple, a green, and then we've got the kind of orangey one. So I thought they were nice. Very nice collection. And we have got a new metallic gel. So this is a holographic chrome gel paint. Madam Glam's got quite a lot of these metallic chrome paints, so this is another one to add to the collection. Beautiful silver chrome, but it's got that holographic kind of, I want to say, graininess. You can see the kind of grey. It's weird because it's ultra smooth if you look from the side. So smooth like chrome, but it's got that kind of grainy hollow that runs through it. It's actually a really good one. I have tried this particular hollow chrome from another brand and I didn't like it, but the Madam Glam one is actually a really good one, so I'm quite happy with that. Right, and lastly for the products, I've had these laying here for so long and I've just not had a chance to do anything with them. So these are all Madam Glam's new builder gels. They did, to start with, bring out a pink, a white and a clear, and then they added another 6 colours to the collection. So that's what these are. These are all HEMA free, and they're a 21 free formula, just like their gel polishes are, so that's really good. And they're all core colours as well, so you can actually build a full nail out of these. They're not just colours like some builder gels, they're just for colour, and you do need to cap them in clear for the strength or whatever, but these you can build full nails out of all these colours. They've got 3 shimmery ones. These are beautiful. They've just got that kind of silvery ultra fine shimmer going through them. They are beautiful. So I'll just let you watch these last 2, and I have swatched them as well. We'll take a look at the swatches. So there we go, that's all the swatches. From the left I have added the white and the pink that they previously brought out, and then the 6 thereafter are the new 6. I actually really like that nude. It's showing a little bit darker on camera, it is a little bit lighter. I do like that nude with the shimmer going through it. I like all of them actually, not gonna lie. I'm not sure if I would get much use out of the lilac one, but the rest of them, yeah, I like all of them. These shimmery ones are beautiful. Right guys, I have pulled out my trusty old Ready Guana hand today. I don't think I've used this in over a year. I remember now the pinky was broken and I totally forgot. But she's fine, she's still usable, the fingers don't touch, so we're going to use my practice hand today. Right, so for this set I'm going to need 2XL coffin. So these are non-C-curve, they're quite flat, I like those. And I'm also going to need stilettos, so I'm using the Glitter Planet Easy Tips. They're roundabout, they're extra long, well maybe 2X, I'd say 2XL. Yeah, so I'm going to need 2 each of those because I'm going to do a back to school set. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but in the UK all our children are going back to school this week or next week, and I've really wanted to do a back to school set. So the 2 outer nails, the pointer and the pinky, are going to be stiletto, and the middle nails are going to be the long coffin. So I've snipped the coffin down just to match the length of the stilettos. I've just used regular nail glue to glue those on, and now I'm just going over with a file where they have been glued on, just to blend it in a little bit more with what would be the natural nail. And then I'm going to use a buffer and buff all the shine. Gel will not stick to a shiny tip, so it's always important that you get rid of all that shine, and then give them a really good clean up. Now if you was doing these on your natural nails, now is when I would go in with your dehydrator, your primer, bond, whatever system it is you use. But as it's a practice hand, I've skipped that and I'm just going straight in with the Madam Glam base coat. I'm just base coating what would be the natural nail. I'm not too worried about the nail tip. Right, so I've pulled out light purple. I would say it's pink, but it's called light purple, and every nail is going to be built using this one colour. So I'm starting with a slip layer or a wet layer, and I'm just coating the whole of that tip, and this just helps, this next bead that I put on, it just helps it glide so much easier and smoother. So I've got quite a large bead and I've just pushed it and tucked it in to my cuticle area, and if you point your finger slightly downwards, gravity will just help that gel kind of drip and glide down the nail, and just guide it with your brush. I'm not too worried about this first layer, this is just to get my nails started and to get a little bit of thickness up in that apex area. You will see me hold it upside down now and again, and that just helps to pull that gel back into the middle, and it helps with shaping as well. So that's going to go in the lamp for half a cure, 30 seconds. So another quite a big bead, tucked it into my cuticle area, and I'm just kind of swiping side to side and just guiding it down, and you'll always see me swipe up and down the sides of my tips just to make sure that product is not hanging over the edge of those tips, because it just means I'll have to file it all off once it's cured. And again, holding it upside down will pull all that gel back into the middle where it needs to be. So this nail is going to be exactly the same, it's just a different shape. So I'll just show you this nail and I'll do the last 2 off camera. Now you can add another bead because these nails are quite long, they're going to need quite a strong thick apex, but because I don't like wasting my colour, I am going to use clear to build that apex, make that apex a little thicker. But you can certainly just use this to build the nail, but they are going to need another bead to thicken up that apex. But yeah, I'll do that with the clear once these are all built. And I wanted to mention this kind of in the middle of my video, so for any of you that haven't yet commented on my Melody Susie product upgrade video, I can't remember what I called it, one of those e-files is getting given away, and actually I might not even use that video, but I am going to be picking somebody from my comments, so make sure you're commenting, guys. I know a lot of you that watch me regularly but just don't comment. I want you to be in with a chance of winning as well, because I do really appreciate your support. So even if it's just an emoji, get your names down in those comments, guys, please. Anywhere in the world I will ship it to. One of you is going to win that e-file, so make sure you're commenting, guys. Using the Madam Glam clear builder gel now, so pretty much like I did with that second bead, quite a big bead, but this is gonna, most of it get left in the kind of top third area where that apex and where the strength needs to be. I didn't actually add enough, so you will see me just add another little bead to that stress point, that apex area. I will just show you one of the coffin nails as well, and I'll do the other two off camera. You can do this with the colour, but I'm a skinflint, I don't like wasting my colour, so I always add that third extra bead using clear. So that's all 4 nails built now. I'm just wiping the tacking layer off that builder gel before I go in with my nail file. So like I normally do when I'm filing, I like to go straight up my sides first, make sure I've got both sides really straight, and then starting at the cuticle area, I just start swiping side to side, going up and down that whole nail, making sure it's nice and flat, there's no little dips and divots. There's not usually that much filing to do when I use builder gels or builder in a bottles, because they do kind of self-level. So it's mostly just to get those edges deadly straight, and I wanted these stilettos really pinpoint straight as well. And pretty much the same thing with the coffin shape, straight up and down my sides first, making sure they're really nice and straight, nice and even, and then over the top of the whole nail. Make sure that tip's nice and straight on the coffin ones as well. And again, just making sure there's no bumps, there's no dips, no lumpy bumpy bits. Get it really nice and smooth. So that's them all filed and shaped. I'm just going over them quickly with a buffer just to get them extra smooth and just to buff out some of the harsher scratches that I might have done with the nail file. Just get them nice and smooth, ready for some nail art. I've pulled out quite a few colours from Madam Glam, and you'll notice most of them are pink. This is going to be a pink set. I'll just show you the colours quickly. So I'm going to be using this blue, it's called I Rule. Really nice blue. And then these two colours, we've got Spirit Guide, which is this kind of pink. I couldn't decide between these two, and Tulips. And then these two I've pulled out, Rodeo Drive. These are like cherry kind of reds. That's more of a cherry red. And this one, Berry Blush, is a little bit more of a pink, isn't it? So yeah, I ended up going with Tulip. So this is going to be the main colour really, and we're using Madam Glam's long fine liner brush. I think this is about a 12 inch, I think. So the pointer finger, this stiletto is going to be, I didn't want to do a pencil, I wanted to do a coloured pencil. So this is going to be a pink pencil. So we're starting with the very tip of the pencil, and then I'm just going to add another line there and paint the rest of the nail, leaving that little gap there that would kind of be like the wooden part of the pencil. I'm going to leave it just as it is, like that. Moving on to the middle nail now, I'm just going to start with a smile line. This is just going to be, to start with, a French, and later in the video I'm going to turn this into like a ruler, but we're just going to do a pink French for now. Right, and onto this pinky now, the other stiletto. This is going to be a pink crayon. So crayons have got like a longer, whereas the pencil have got like a short nib. A crayon's got a longer kind of, I'm going to say, nib. So I've done the tip a little bit longer than the pencil. So I've added a bit of white. I wanted this same pink but just in a lighter shade. For the crayons, they kind of have the same paper wrap as the colour of the crayon, don't they? Normally just a little bit lighter. So I've just added a bit of white to that gel, so I've got the same pink, just a lighter shade, and I'm going to colour in the top half of this nail. I could have probably got away with just leaving it as the base colour looking back, but I painted it, and as you can see I painted it with the bloody detailer brush. I should have got a gel brush out perhaps. Right, so I'm going to use a tiny bit of this blue I Rule, and this is going to be my kind of sheet of paper. So we're just going to do straight lines like this all the way down that nail. You can do the lines a lot closer together. I have seen quite a few school sets recently. This is actually a cross between one that I saw Honey Fam do, and I think I liked the crayon and the pink pencil that she did, but I wasn't keen on Honey Fam's paper page. Her lines were so closer together, and I saw a set by, I think it was Not Polished. Her lines were a lot further apart, and I liked her ruler as well. So I've took inspo from a few different school sets. Right, I missed which colour I used there. I didn't want to use red for the line. I wanted to use like a cherry red, dark pink. So I've just done the ruler line down the paper, and then we're just going to write A+, because if I went back to school these days I would get an A+ for everything, because I is that good. Right, so I've pulled out now Madam Glam's black gel paint. I do prefer to work off my palette, so I have put a little bit on my palette, and this is what is going to bring this crayon to life. So Crayola crayons specifically have the black. I think most of them have this little black pattern actually, don't they, on the top of the crayon. This just brings it to life, and you immediately can see that it's a crayon, because up until now it just didn't really look like anything, but as soon as I put this on it was like, yep, that is a real crayon, and you could almost colour in with it. Right, and lastly for the black, we're going to turn this nail, this French nail, into a ruler. So I'm just doing 4 small dashes and then a long dash, just to kind of represent, I think it's centimetres, isn't it? 4mm. No, there's 10mm in a centimetre, isn't there? Oh well. And then I'm just going to add the numbers 1, 2 and 3 next to those long dashes to represent centimetres, even though now I'm realising they're not centimetres at all. They're half a centimetres. But this is nail art. It's not a real ruler, guys. Okay, and lastly now for the nail art, we're using the Madam Glam Silver Chrome gel pen, and just to add a little bit of detail on this pink pencil. I don't know why I didn't do it with the black. Yes, I do. It's because Honey Fam did hers in the silver and I liked it. But I think it would have looked better in the black. But hey ho, it still looked pretty. So this is going to get one final cure, and then I'm going to go in with matte top coat. These are going to be matte, and that will be this set finished. So there we go, guys. That is definitely an Aggie back to school set, isn't it? I love them. I think my favourite nail is, I can't decide between the paper nail and the crayon. Love those two nails. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. I will try my best to leave links to everything I've used down in my description box, or there will just be a link to Madam Glam website. Everything I've used can be found on the website. Don't forget, I've got a discount code. It'll all be down in the description box. Thanks for watching. Please remember to give the video a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And hopefully I'll see you all back in my next one. Take care. Bye.